Hi, Dave here from the Photography Toolkit, and today's challenge is the Sketching with Your Camera Challenge. Now, sometimes I'll come to a situation where I really like it, like maybe it's the light or maybe it's the situation, and I don't just take one picture. I'm gonna try different angles, I'm gonna try different zooms, try different lenses, whatever I can do. It's like I'm an artist sketching with my camera, like when somebody has a pencil and they're sketching on paper. They may be trying different things, but for me, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my camera and try different things. And different apertures, all sorts of different things. So it should be a lot of fun. Let's give it a shot. So I like these shadows and the lines in here. So I'm gonna try sketching with my camera, trying some different options. Right away, I'm gonna try some things, some symmetrical things, just varying focus points, maybe this blurry in the foreground here. So again, I'm just exploring. It's not, I wanna try different things. And with a cool subject like this, sometimes I'm not stuck with any one of these images. It's just a good thing to explore, and you might find things that you might not otherwise do. So when you find a subject like this that you like, try different angles. Sketch with your camera. I want to take you through some of my favorite photos from this exercise. So this first photo, I decided I wanted this foreground interest, this blurry, these plants that were blurry in the foreground. And when I came upon the scene, this is what I was first attracted to, these lines and shadows. So I wanted to start with this foreground interest. And quickly I moved to sort of putting the camera in different angles and in between the rails here. I'm a bit disappointed I didn't quite get the line straight, so that distracts me a bit with this photograph, but I like the angle. So that's sort of got me going with the sketching, and it also got me going with some of these, using these rails in the foreground. Here I've come back to sort of a very graphic close-up image. You see the textures, you see these lines and shadows, and I like this one. And again, this is another image that I was attracted to right from the beginning, was the shadows and lines and the symmetrical nature of it. This one I got pretty straight, you can see, and this is what I was attracted to in the first place. This is the photograph I had in mind. But that's the thing about sketching with your camera, is that you get to try out different angles and options for the situation. And I tried this one again, and this one I managed to get these stairs almost straight, but I don't necessarily know if I really like the up at the top. You can see a little bit of the green and a little bit of the sky, but I did like this angle, and that got me going to try to take some of these rails in the foreground that were blurry, but looking through them sort of as foreground interest. And with this image, I liked just trying to do some things with shallow depth of field, so focusing close. And then I tried having that as a blur in the foreground, sort of not quite a symmetrical image, but somewhat symmetrical, and I like that. And I also like this. I was trying to lead the eye through the frame, and you can see here that what I've done is I'm a little bit of a wider angle part of the lens that I'm using, and the shadow's quite deep. With this one, I think I like this one better. The shadows aren't as deep, the clouds are coming in, but I just like how it's leading the eye from the left-hand side of the frame down up to the right, and I like this image. And again, I went back to sort of these blurry foregrounds and symmetry. These images really, I kept capturing some of these. And the final image, this one, not symmetrical at all, but again, drawing the eye through the frame and having these as blurry, that choice of not focusing on what's close in the foreground, but drawing your eye through the frame, having all these different lines. This is an image that I didn't have in mind when I first came onto the scene, but this is the exact type of image. I really like it. I really like that this exercise brought me towards this image, and that's the sort of thing that sketching with your camera can do. So my reflection on the sketching challenge. I think it's something that everyone should do. If you find something that you like, a subject that you like, don't just settle for the picture that maybe you had in mind in the first place. Try different things. You might find pictures that you didn't see, or you might find something that you liked before, and it'll help you become a better photographer and develop your creative eye. So don't just settle. I'm looking forward to going through the pictures a bit more closely and seeing what I had. I did spend about 5 minutes photographing from all different angles and trying different things. So I had a lot of fun, and I recommend you always give that a shot.